Turning to the UK, after weeks of spectacle and mockery, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage regained his seat in Parliament after defeating his comedic opponent, Count Binface.
And the verdict is in, and it is a convincing, overwhelming win with more votes.
Farage addressed his supporters in Clacton this morning after winning that by-election. Count Binface was his main competition among a large field of over 30 candidates. Farage quit his seat last month amid an investigation into whether he should have declared a multi-million-dollar gift. He said he ran again to prove that he had the voters' support, but that investigation was reopened just hours after his win. Julia Chapman is following all of this in London for us. Julia, good morning. It was predicted that Farage would win, but how did the results shape up?
Good morning, Susan. That's right. It's not a surprise that Farage has won this seat again. He's pretty popular in Clacton in eastern England. And of course, none of the other main political parties in the UK were running in this election. They had boycotted the vote, calling it a stunt. The numbers, though, are interesting. This had a 44% turnout, which is pretty high for a by-election. And Farage won with about 63% of the vote, which is actually less than he was expected to get. Given the circumstances. His main rival, as you say, was this comedy candidate, Count Binface, dressed as a garbage can. He won more of the share of the vote than he was expected to, with just under 27%. He was running on a platform of making arcade games fairer and ice cream cones cheaper. But he said that when the other political parties declined to take part, he couldn't let Farage run unopposed. Take a listen.
If they choose not to stand, somebody has to stand up and be the opposition. And so, it's my humble duty to actually be His Majesty's official opposition. And I've taken that with great honour.
When the results were announced earlier this morning, the winner was nowhere to be seen. Nigel Farage didn't attend the count or the result announcement. He said that he'd been warned of a threat to disrupt this event and humiliate him. A spokesperson for Reform UK, said that that warning had come from the police. The local force has denied that, but instead, breaking with tradition, Farage decided to celebrate his win with his supporters at a different event.
Julia, for our Canadian viewers, Nigel Farage was already the MP for Clacton. So why did he go to the trouble of launching another by-election and the cost for his voters?
It's a question that a lot of his rivals are asking, calling this a vanity project. And the reason that he triggered this by-election was that there was a lot of scrutiny about his finances. He was being investigated by the Parliamentary Standards Watchdog for a donation that he received of £5 million, nearly 10 million Canadian dollars from a cryptocurrency billionaire before he ran as an MP in 2024. He didn't declare that. He says he didn't need to, and he calls this by-election a referendum on that choice, saying it proves that the voters don't care. Here's what he said earlier.
I called this by-election because I wanted the people of Clacton, the voters of this constituency, to be my judge, not the mainstream media in Britain and the political establishment who paint us out to be criminals and bad people every day. So I asked the voters of Clacton to be my jury.
The problems don't go away for the right-wing Reform UK party, which is flagging now in the polls, having been leading nationally. And as of this morning, the Parliamentary Standards Committee has announced that now that Farage is an MP again, they are reopening that investigation into his finances, Susan.
That's kind of like back to the status quo it was before the by-election, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Nothing changes apart from a bigger mandate, perhaps.
Okay. Thank you, Julia.
You're welcome.